Every kick, every pass, every tackle, every goal, and every
Where's the
scoreline.
stop on it? Oh, it's still on okay.
That was by design. Get the total football experience here on Smooth 98.1.
We're good. Good morning, Lagos. Good morning to you, wherever you're listening to us from. Welcome to Total Football on your Love Music, Love Live radio station, Smooth 98.1 FM. Saturday morning feels like one of the most perfect times, to talk about football. My name is Olakule Rufai. Neobong Monday is in the studio with me. Good morning, Neobong.
Good morning, Luckily. Great to be here. Beautiful Saturday morning, and it's not raining. It's not quite sunny.
Yeah.
It's just perfect, and it's just great to talk football. And I've been counting down the days. It's just 13 days away from the start of the 2021-2022 Premier League season, and I'm quite excited. We're quite buzzing because, I mean, when you look at what is happening in the transfer window, you're looking forward to seeing some of the incomings in the European football season generally.
Absolutely. I think it's been interesting. Lots of loads and loads of stories on homegrown, particularly with the MPFL drawing to a conclusion. Just a weekend left after this one. As a matter of fact, Aqua United could seal the title tomorrow. We'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about their journey up until this very moment. We talked a bit about it on Thursday. Myself and UB and Diego Kingston will be going in depth into how the league has gone for Aqua United, how they've gone, they've gotten to where they are presently. You guys, you want to be a part of the conversation. Very importantly, you can join us on WhatsApp, send in your thoughts about the WhatsApp number 0809 444 0981. Once again, 0809 444 0981. And you can reach out to us via the studio lines as well. Call us on 01 4489 981. Once again, 01 4489 981. And interestingly, we're live on two platforms today. You can catch us live on YouTube at Smooth981. Let me be sure. Smooth 981 on YouTube, and I'm live on my IG at Olakunle Rufai _. You want to see what Ineobonga looks like? He's been working out lately. He's looking very good. He's looking, very fit, in shape. Ineobonga, how do you feel?
Fantastic, really, to be honest, really fantastic. And I mean, the healthy living cannot be overstated because it's very important that we live healthy. And I mean, it takes nothing. I used to think it would take a fortune, but it actually takes nothing. You once or twice in a week. I know the hustle and bustle of Lagos can be very, very daunting, but once or twice a week, if you can, just hit the road. If you can't do it in the morning, you can do it in the evening. Just take long walks. It keeps your heart racing with health, and it's great, honestly. And I feel really, really good. And there's a lot of things. I mean, I don't mean to embarrass myself, but there are times that when I get upstairs to the studio, I used to pant. I used to pant, but
feels better now.
It feels better because you do long walks and you come upstairs and you feel a lot better. So it's great, really.
Interesting. The Olympics is still very much on. We've got the Spanish Olympic side up against Ivory Coast as we speak. It was 1-1, 84th minute. Now it's the 94th minute, and it's 2-2.
Ivory Coast scored in the 91st minute. I was watching the game on my phone.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering why they would allow Spain to equalize. And guess who? Guess who made the mistake for the goal?
Eric Bailly.
Oh my goodness! He had a chance to clear the ball, and he was just dilly-dallying, and then Rafinha pounced. And
so they could have
Ivory Coast could have been in the semi-finals. Yeah.
Let's hope they go through to the semi-finals because it is 2-2 as it stands. 94th minute, the extra time. So we'll give you updates as we go. Loads and loads of stories on homegrown, like I mentioned. We're going to go on a short break right now. When we get back, we're going straight to homegrown. Stay with us. Do not go anywhere.
Homegrown on Total Football. Total Football.
And a goal. A goal that Sunday Ayu's father, Abidi Pele, would have been proud of. Holds it nicely, and Ghana have scored Thanks to a sublime free kick from Massimo.
Homegrown on Total Football. Total Football.
Total Football is back on your Love Music, Love Life radio station, Smooth 98.1 FM. If you're just joining us, my name is Olakule Rufai. Ineobong Monday sits with me on this Saturday's installment of Total Football. Like I said, it's a good time to talk about football, and you can be a part of the conversation. We're talking the build up to the end of the NPFL season. Aqua United top of the table. Call us via the studio lines 014489981. Once again, 014489981, and you can reach out to us on WhatsApp as well. 0809 444 is the WhatsApp number. Please include your name, where you're sending your messages from, when you send in those messages. And I'm live on IG at @olaclarify_. We're live on YouTube as well at Smooth981. I see Aisha Atidola reaching out to us already. She says, "Good morning, guys. So, Ini, when will you start the countdown to the new season of the NPFL?" Well, the season is just about to conclude. Let's enjoy that. Allow Ini enjoy the title win. Let's just
thank you, son. Thank you.
Yeah, let's just go right into it, Neilborn. Let's talk Aqua United. Top of the table after 36 games, 68 points as it stands. They play MFM at home at the Gospel Akpabio Stadium out there in Uyo tomorrow. All they need to do is get a point, and they're champions of the NPFL 2021. That is the first time the season is going to conclude in 4 years.
It's an outstanding story, absolutely outstanding story, because when you look at Aqua United, you've got to put into consideration the fact that this is a side who a few years ago were fighting relegation. We barely survived relegation 5 years ago, and they've been a yo-yo team for a very long time until things changed for the better. In the past few years, they had Abdul Maikaba for a couple of seasons, and unfortunately those seasons didn't conclude. They were in and about top 3, top 4, top 5. They were just pressing for things at the right end of the table. But this season has just been outstanding. And people will talk about the fact that they've won the title for the first time, but it's not winning the title. It's the manner in which they won the title. I mean, they've dominated the league all through the season. The away games. Then when you go to Inyimba and not lose, when you go to Kano Pillars and not lose, go to Plateau United and not lose, go to these big guns, Rivers United, and not lose.
Yeah,
that is dominance. That is absolute dominance, and it's the manner they've done it. At the start of the season, they didn't quite do well, but they had Ndifrek Effiong who was scoring goals for them, and then he left. He left for Libya, and then it looked like the club had lost its way. But Charles Ashimene has stepped up to the mark, and how good it's been this season.
Yeah.
15 goals. Just behind Silas Nwankwo, who has had an absolutely brilliant season as well for Nasarawa United. But it's been an absolutely terrific season for Aqua United, and it's that kind of season where you feel everything just came together. Everything just came together, and how good they've been away from home has been quite instrumental.
Interesting. Adekunle Rains is saying good morning to us on IG Live. Guys, you can be a part of the conversation as well. Join us on IG Live, join us on YouTube, Smooth 98.1. You've been a part of the setup out there in Akwa Ibom before now. Let's get into the behind the scenes of how they get here just for a little bit, right? We talked about this on Thursday. 5 years ago, they barely survived relegation. 5 years down the line, they're on the cusp of winning the title, and that is a big deal. Teams have won the title in the last 3-4 years where it's been maybe 20 something games played, 30 games played. We haven't concluded the season in all of those years. Now we're going to play 38 games, and they're going to win it. And like you rightly mentioned, they've absolutely dominated the league. What are some of the things that they've done right behind the scenes in terms of administration, in terms of welfare of the players?
It's no one. It's got to be the welfare of the players, and because in Nigerian Football League parlance, it's something that has dominated headlines for a very long time. If you're not treating your players well, there's no way you're going to get the best out of footballers. I mean, they are the protagonists. They are the biggest factor in terms of trying to be successful as a football club. And if you're not treating that factor in the way you should treat it, you're going to have issues. And I think Aqua United have been first class in that particular direction. And it's not just this season. It's been a story of the past 2-3 seasons. Now, people have to take into cognizance the fact that Aqua United, over the past 3-4 seasons, have been one of the highest paying teams in the league. And that is some facts out there. I mean, you people go there and earn some really good money. They're one of the top paying teams in the league, and it's not just top paying; it's also paying on time, because that's not something you can say with a lot of MPFL clubs. They do not. That culture of owing players, it's stayed in the league for so long, and I hope that leagues teams will learn from this. And we can't talk about it. I mean, as much as we try to run away from mentioning individuals, the chairman of the club, Paul Bassi, has been absolutely phenomenal. Took over the club. I've said it on different platforms, ripped up the structures of the club and made sure that things were done properly. Players are more disciplined. And I saw an Aqua United game 2 years ago in Ibadan. They went to Shooting Stars, and I was staying in their hotel. And for as much as I stayed in that hotel, I didn't see an Aqua United player on the veranda. Not a single player.
I'm sorry, Neobong. I've got to pause your thoughts. We've got to go on a quick break. When we get back, we're talking more the fixtures for match day 37. And Neobong is going to finish his thoughts on Aqua United as they run through to the title win. Stay with us, guys.
Love music. Love life. Smooth 98.1.
1xBet makes betting easier with their app for both Android and iPhone users. From finding games easily, playing virtuals, and betting with ease and speed has made it more fun to play on the 1xBet app. Download the 1xBet app on our website, 1xBet.ng, and use the promo code NG21 if you're creating your account for the first time. 1xBet.
I don't see him now. That is bad. I don't know which kind of demon they follow that, but what you say, you're a superstar.
Do you want to be a star? If you've got what it takes, let's help push you to stardom.
You're one of the
Submit your
most
songs
senior
to
players in that
AI
team.
and get that international recognition. Get high streams and downloads for every song you upload to HitLab's artificial intelligence and potentially earn yourself a recording contract and much more.
And that's important to say.
Digital Emerging Artist Showcase is the new way to make it big. For more information and to submit your songs for DNA technology evaluation, visit our social media platforms at Smooth981 on Instagram, at Smooth981FM on Twitter, and Smooth981FM on Facebook. This is brought to you by HitLab in collaboration with Smooth98.1.
The future doesn't belong to those who do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. That is the Insanity Tribe. The future doesn't belong to those who only hope and pray and expect a different result. That is the Mediocrity Tribe. The future only belongs to those who are committed to becoming active industry leaders, culture shapers, and game changers in their space. Now, that is the Champions Tribe. Be the champion in your world.
Tune in every Tuesday and Thursday at 6:10 p.m. on Smooth 98.1 to the Champions Tribe with Abiola Champ.
Total Football is back, ladies and gentlemen. Smooth 98.1 FM. Ola Clarify is my name. In Urban Monday joins me in the studio. I've got to go through Aisha Tilala's thoughts very quickly. She says, Ini has seen the light. I'm glad. Excuses do not burn calories.
Absolutely.
I'm proud of you, Ini. Yeah, we're proud of you too, Aisha, because I see what you do. I think I've even I took some tips actually from Aisha a couple of weeks back. That is very, very, very good. Guys, you should work out. I mean, it is very, very important. It doesn't have to be too intense, just light exercises here and there.
And I think, we're talking football, but football is health as well. But if you're not healthy, you're not playing football. But people actually get the misconception that when you tell people to work out, it's about running 10 kilometers.
No.
I started with
going to the Olympics.
You're not going to the Olympics. I started with 30 minutes workout every day. I did that for a month. I lost 5 kg. It was insane. Normal walk.
And you feel better. You can feel
not brisk walking. Normal walk.
Yeah.
I just started making sure that, and most of the time, it wasn't really work that I was doing at the same time.
Yeah.
I want to buy something there. I do 10 minutes, 5 minutes going, 5 minutes coming back. I'll do another one 15 minutes. All those little things that
Yeah.
you probably want to use a means of transportation to get to, and it was working. And that's something people just think that when they say walk out, they think that they know people are asking you to run. No,
Well,
just simple walk.
just to quickly go through round of fixtures today, Jigawa Golden Stars will be at home against Ifeanyi Uba. These are two teams that are battling to survive relegation. Akwa United at home against MFM, like I mentioned, and I said it on Tuesday. MFM, look, for the love of everything good, for the love of everything beautiful at that club side, please do not stand in the way of greatness about to be achieved. We understand. Look, I mean, MFM, they've got what 12 points on the road. That is fair. That is very
Very unlike them.
very unlike them. Not the best in the league, but it is worth applauding. So please,
Exactly.
guys, I mean, 11th on the table. There's really nothing at stake.
You're not fighting relegation.
You're not fighting relegation. You know, I don't think they can get into continental places as it stands. So please, again, do not stand. Well, I don't know how you're going to do it, but please do not stand in the way of greatness about to happen. Rivers United at home against Lobi Stars. Sunshine Stars travel to Eimba, which is another very interesting fixture considering Eimba looking to consolidate on that third position. Sunshine Stars are looking to survive relegation. Plateau United would host Dakada. Enugu Rangers travel to Nasarawa United. Katsina United host Abia Warriors and Imama Makabo. Kwara United travel to Adamawa United, who are relegated already. Kano Pillars welcome Wiki Tourist Heartland travel to Warriors. Let's move away from Akwa United for a minute and look at the teams just below them. Nasarawa United in second position have got 62 points. Enyimba in third have got 62. Kano Pillars in fourth position, 61 points. Rivers United in fifth, 60 points. Kwara United and Enugu Rangers 6th and 7th respectively with 59 points. Interestingly, all of the teams from 7th to 3rd still have a chance of getting to the top 4.
Yeah, I'll start with the game in Lafia. Enugu Rangers going to Nasarawa United. I think that should be a cracker. Enugu Rangers, they still sustain this faint hope that they will make it into the continent. I don't think that's going to happen because they've got 59 points. They need 6 more
Enugu
points.
Rangers?
For Enugu Rangers,
Yeah.
they've got 6 more points to play for. 6 more points takes them to 65.
Yeah, and they go to Nasarawa United.
They go to Nasarawa United,
on
who
a
are
very good run of form.
the very good run of form. They've got the top league goal scorer in Silas Nwankwo. They scored lots of goals in Lafia. 51 goals, more than any other team have scored in the league this season. It's absolutely outstanding, even though they ship quite a few. I'm thinking if Enugu Rangers go there with a bit of ambition and say, we've got to go there and win. You've got to show some ambition to win. But the danger of that is that Nasarawa a very good team on the counter. They're going to hit Enugu Rangers on the counter, and that's why I think it's going to be a crack of a football match. I also think that the Sunshine Stars game against Enyimba, Enyimba have not been great at home. They've not been great at home. They've been absolutely fantastic. I think they've earned them the same amount of points with Akwa United on the road. But Akwa United have
20 points.
Exactly. And but Akwa United have done more at home than they have. And this is a Sunshine Stars who are brimming with a lot of confidence. They're brimming with a lot of desire at the moment. And like you said, when the team is fighting relegation, very dangerous team to play.
Guys, just quickly to mention the games that you should look out for, the battles that you should look out for. Like I mentioned, feels like Akwa United are running away with the league, but you need to look out for the battle for the top 4. I mentioned the teams and their positions right now. Just to quickly look at Nasarawa United play Enugu Rangers at home. Based on their form and how well they play, that's a game they should win. After that, they travel to Abia Warriors, and I think that's a tricky affair, but I feel they're going to win against Enugu Rangers. Enyimba away to Dakar for the final game of the season. They're playing Sunshine Stars at home tomorrow. They have to win that, because if you don't win against Sunshine Stars, then I don't think you deserve to be in the top 4 anyway. In my opinion, and I said this on Thursday, Kwara United have got the best chance of getting into one of those top 4 places, considering the final 2 games that they've got to play. They travel to Adamawa United tomorrow, a team that is relegated already, and then they play Katsina United for the final game at home. Those are 2 games that they can win.
Those are 2 games I think they will win, because Adamawa are dead and buried, and I don't think they've got anything to play for. There's nothing like pride to play for. They're absolutely down and out. And I think Kwara United, with the form they've been, they played really well this season and very consistent. I think they win that, and then they beat Katsina United quite comfortably. I mean, it's all on paper for now, but it's in our thinking that this should be very comfortable for
The other
Kwara
battle you
United.
need to look out for definitely is the relegation battle. From as high as let me see now. From as high as of 16th or 15th position, no team is safe yet. The likes of Sunshine Stars, Jigawa Golden Stars, Warri Wolves, still very much looking to survive relegation. Wiki Tourists, I think, still very much in that battle. But in your opinion, Adamawa United are gone already. I think Ifeanyi Uba are going to get relegated as well. Who do you think is going to join that relegation battle? Sunshine Stars, just a point above at the moment.
I'm worried for Warri Wolves, and they've been dropping points, and they play against Heartland. If they can get 3 points against Heartland, this is going to be very tricky. If they can get 3 points against Heartland, Sunshine Stars go to Imba, and I'm sure they'll be praying that the results don't go the way of Sunshine Stars. If Sunshine Stars don't win, or maybe they lose and Warri Wolves win, you probably think that Sunshine Stars will be sucked into this particular battle. But I think it will go down to the wire. It will go down to the final day of the season, because I fancy Warri Wolves beating Heartland at home.
Yeah, definitely. I do too.
I don't think Heartland have got a lot to play for as a stand, but it's quite interesting. It's quite. I don't think we've had a season that has been quite nervy like this till the final day of the season. So it's very interesting what is going to happen this weekend.
Absolutely, guys. You want to keep your eyes peeled for those games. Let's see how it goes. If you can get across to your phone, just as we are still on the show, still on the topic of the MPFL, reach out to us and let us know which teams you think are going to make it into the top four come the end of the season. Which teams you think are going to get relegated? The ones you think are going to survive relegation. It needs to be mentioned also that the fourth position in the league is more or less inconsequential as it stands, because the winner of the ITO Cup would take that spot when they go to the continent. I see Babalola Gafar speaking to us. He says, "Alakali Mafo, I'm not foreign, if I can use that." He says, "Alakali Mafo, MFM wouldn't stop the success of Aqua United. They will certainly win the league. Ini 5 kg in a month. Wow, how did you do it? My own problem is this, my belly. Auntie Aisha and co. I'm open to tips that will reduce this belly and lose weight as well. I also do work out as well. God bless you all. First of all, please stop eating at 2 a.m. in the midnight. Stop eating 11 p.m. at night. You are not a hoodlum. Don't stop eating eba and fufu 2 a.m. at night. It won't do you any good.
I mean, 2 a.m. is very unrealistic. I mean, you can't even be eating by 8 p.m. Kind of food.
Don't be a hoodlum.
I mean, you can't be eating that kind of food by 8 p.m. because for some of us who are very nocturnal, it can't even work because we don't sleep early.
Exactly.
We don't sleep.
You can't
early.
Eat at 10 p.m. and then go to bed at 10:20.
You can't be eating by 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. You are sleeping. You are absolutely murdering yourself. And I mean, the belly no go anywhere. That's the truth.
We've got calls coming through. I'd like to hear what these callers get to say. Hello, good morning. We lost that one. You can still reach out to us. 0144 89981 is the number to call us on. We've got another caller. Hello, good morning. Top of the morning to you as well. Your name, where you're calling from, please. Salami, good to have you on the show. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah.
I like that. Now, Nigeria will do, my brother.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Somebody can say he's supposed to be the NFL president tomorrow. Okay. Exactly. You should do that. You should do that. Thank you very much, Alabidoski. Thank you very much. Always good to hear the voice of our listeners. Guys, calling on the show. It's a Saturday. You're at home. Let's have a good time on the show. Call us via the studio lines 0144 89981. Now you can reach out to us on WhatsApp 0809 444 0981 is our WhatsApp number. Please include your name and where you're sending your messages from. In your bunk, we have to mention a couple of days ago, an interview came out. Let's leave the MPFL for a minute. An interview came out where Leon Balogun said some things, and it's been, it's gone viral basically. Some people have agreed with him. A couple of people, I have to mention, particularly people who look like stakeholders in the sports structure of the nation, have disagreed with Leon Balogun coming out in that fashion. But I don't want to really dwell on what Leon Balogun said. But look at what's happening at the Olympics. I know we're talking football, but look at what's happening at the Olympics. We've got our athletes protesting, and then we've got people trying to trivialize the incompetence of some of the people at the sport ministry, of some of the people at the Olympics committee or the AFN, because it is. I'll let you speak.
It's embarrassing, absolutely embarrassing, and I know you're trying to run away from the Balogun talk, but I'll start with that, because I think we're always very interested in image, and image is great. There's nothing wrong with, laundering your image and making sure everything looks good. But I'd rather things are actually good than image being good. Yeah. I'd rather we do things right. Yeah. And over the time, we've been clamoring, we've been made to look like we're enemies because we speak these things very vocally and very loudly, that the people who run our football, the people who run our sports, are not quite showing the level of competence we expect from them. And that's the truth. And Leon Balogun buttressed the points that every time everyone is expected not to say anything about it, we should just take it on the chin, we should just go away with it and just live with it, that things are not being done well, and it's almost like second nature, and it's not right. I mean, Nigerians are not incompetent people. Yeah, we cannot be putting, that's what we frown at when our administrators, the people who run our football. How many years have we been talking about the MPFL? Imagine what the Amadou Pinnick said the other day, that our players will not be allowed to join mushroom leagues. And I'm sorry, but that is absolute rubbish. Absolute rubbish. Because the mushroom leagues Amadou Pinnick is talking about, I bet it are 20 times better than the MPFL. And we are not interested in building our leagues. We're interested in making things look nice. We're better than those leagues and all of that. So look at the Olympics, for instance. The incompetence of someone failing to do their jobs has cost people their lifelong dreams. Has shattered their dreams to the ground.
I think for people who do not understand, the gravity of what is going on, we need to mention competing at the Olympics is what dreams are made of. It is stuff of dreams. If you've ever dreamt of being a top athlete, you definitely want to compete at the Olympics. And we need to have an understanding, first of all, because for every conversation there has to be context. You need to have an understanding, first of all, of what it takes to be a top level athlete.
Exactly.
The amount of hard work, consistent hard work, the amount of desire, that you need to have to be a top level. Because see, make no mistake about it, there are millions of people of the world's population that want to be top level athletes. I want to be footballers. I want to play at the top level. But about just 1% of the world's population are going to make it to that level. That should tell you something. It should tell you that what it would take to be at that level, there are very few people that can give what it takes to be on that level. So you have athletes who are prepared for years, maybe 4 or 5 years, just to be at the Olympics. They've done everything on their own end to be at the Olympics.
And not of their own making. Not of their own making. Someone has just failed to do what he or she needed to do, and then someone comes out and say, oh, we shouldn't be talking about it, or we should try to keep our image. I think it's rubbish, and I'm sorry, very, very sorry, but some of the people who should know better have gone and embarrassed themselves, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't find it, the fact that you don't push people and tell them how to fall.
Yeah.
It doesn't make, you don't push people and tell them how to fall. Someone has gone and said, oh, come on, we shouldn't be protesting you shouldn't be protesting in Tokyo.
At this point, names need to be made. And I think that's also the problem. We don't have a culture, sorry to cut you, Ini. We don't have a culture of, holding people accountable, right? Because first of all, the moment this has happened, heads should be rolling. People should be resigning.
It's as simple as that.
But you see, that has not happened. We've seen a couple of press conferences being thrown out there just to try and make it look like it is not that serious, right? But then you now have stakeholders in the broadcast industry. You see, the broadcast industry, journalism, the media industry is a tool is a tool of change if
Exactly.
you use it the right way. So we have people in the broadcast industry, people that people like us should look up to as, you know, senior colleagues in the industry. I mean, some of these people, I was in primary school and I was watching them on TV. We're gonna put out a tweet that the athletes protesting in Japan was irresponsible. And on that same timeline, I couldn't find anywhere where he mentioned, where he had a word for the truly incompetent people,
Exactly.
the people, the administrators. Didn't say anything about them. If you have said, okay, the administrators were irresponsible, but I think the athletes shouldn't have gone that far as well. But he didn't say anything about the administrators. And that's why I feel like these people, it feels like you have something that you're gaining. That's why you can't speak when these administrators do anything wrong.
It is sad, and this is not going to earn us a lot of friends, and sincerely, we don't care. And we just have to do the right thing. We have to say the truth. And what our football or our sports generally is going through in the past 20-25 years, yeah, you could say it's a reflection of the country, but
Yeah.
I think also that people need to be held accountable for their actions, and people need to know that if I don't get my job done well, I mean, I risk the chance of either losing that job or really having a bad image for myself.
Look, you mentioned Amaju Pinnick, talking about players not moving to mushroom leagues. We've got one weekend left in the NPFL after this one. Akwa United could win the league tomorrow. And guess what? If anybody that's listening right now, go to the NPFL official website. You would find no preview of games happening tomorrow.
Unbelievable.
You would find no buzz around, you know, the end of the season that's coming. You would find no buzz around the fact that Akwa United are about to win the league.
Please, when was the last time a post was done on that page?
July 11th. That is about 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, getting to 3 weeks. I mean,
July 11th.
We're talking 19 days.
On the official NPFL website. So when you can't do little things like this, and when we speak about it, the idea, the response is that, you know, you don't support the administrators of the league. The first thing they say when they are out in the media or doing media rounds is, you know, Nigerians need to support the league. Nigerians need to support the league. Any media practitioner that speaks on some of these irregularities, they go, you hate us, you don't like us, you don't support us. These are really basic things. Social media, your website, these are really basic things to do, and you don't get that right, and then you come in front of a camera and say, you know, our league is better than the league in Belarus, our league is better than the league in it's just
it's ridiculous. I mean, how is your league better than Belarus? How is your league even better than Kazakhstan? How is your league even better than Cambodia? I mean, because you Nigerians go there and play football,
yeah,
and they earn a better living, maybe not tons of money, but at least nobody's owing them. At least they don't go into matches thinking somebody's going to break my head. Some fans are going to storm the stadium and hit you with something. You know, so these are things we need to do. Sit down and tell ourselves some hard truths.
Yeah, and I think the sport minister in Yobong, the sport minister needs to take a long and hard look at himself.
I totally agree.
Since he's been appointed 2 years ago, right? I don't think this has ever happened. We have our athletes protesting in the city of a major tournament like the Olympics. It is embarrassing.
It is
disgraceful. And this has happened under your watch. If you're not going to resign, who are the people that are losing their jobs for this? Because it is basic. People need to know that I need to take my job really seriously, right? So the sport minister have got to take a really long and hard look at himself and understand that, am I doing this thing right? There's so many things going wrong under his watch. There's also the conversation. We've seen our basketball team at the Olympics lose 2 games on the bounce.
3, actually.
Now they've lost 3. Now, that team, after they played the warm-up games, they were supposed to travel from the US directly to Japan. That was supposed to take maybe about 11 or 12 hours. I don't have the exact numbers. But what happened eventually, I think, when the NOC came in, was that they traveled for 34 hours. They traveled for 34 hours, and they arrived the venue of the Olympics 2 days before their first game.
Like, let's talk football. Let's talk football.
Well, I'm just going to go through messages. Babalola Gofal says, I felt for those athletes. It is not easy training. They trained for over 4 years, and due to someone's incompetence, they were, because I can't use the word that, you know, Babalola Gofal, you know, sent here. Despite the fact that, you know, we're speaking on these irregularities, we're trying to hold people accountable. We're also trying to mind our language as well. He says that despite the fact that someone was incompetent, they weren't able to qualify. Olakunle, it is not easy training. Are you telling me? I used to play professional football. Even me that jog twice a week, Saturday and Sunday, will feel like my heart wants to, pop out. The pains. He says it's too bad. Heads needs to roll. That's what we're talking about. Aisha Atalala's Sunshine Stars will go down. Sadly, our image ain't good and things ain't right either. I asked myself if Amaju Pinnick hasn't done more harm than good to our football. Guys, can we move to Europe? Talking about how sports can be depressing. We start well, then we get to the point where things are really bad. It is our league, it is our football, it is our sports, and we cannot stop talking about it. We have to keep, and that's another thing that we need to understand. Just not doing anything at all is more or less being, a part of the structure that we're trying to change, a part of the structure that we're trying to bring down. We have to speak on it. We have to act on it. That's exactly, what we are talking about. Who else is talking to us? Adebayo Ogunshola says, Olakunle, Olawale, my name is Olakunle. He says, will MFM and Ifan Yuba's game still be replayed? I believe that should be replayed. If there's an outstanding game between MFM and Ifan Yuba, I believe that has been played already.
I think that game was played already.
Because we've got 36 games across board that has been played. All teams have played 36 games already. This weekend is match day 37. Guys, you can still be a part of the conversation. Just before we move to Europe, call us via the studio lines 0144 89981. Our WhatsApp number 0809 4440981. Please include your name and where you're sending your messages from when you send in those messages. We'll go now all the way to Europe. I think, do we need to go on a break now? Let's see. Do we need to go on a break now? I think we can go all the way to Europe now.
He will erupt if they get it. Still yields something for Sweden. Ibrahimovic! Sweden score! And he's done just that. And Russia have gone in front. Let's go!
European focus on total football. Total football.
We had a break at 40. I was thinking, let's just stretch it, but we still have about 3 minutes.
European focus on total football. Total football.
Oh, Ivory Coast.
He's there! He's there again! Unbelievable save!
This is Total Football on your Love Music, Love Life radio station, Smooth98.1 FM. If you're just joining us, my name is Olakunle Rufai. This is the European segment. Ineobon is in the studio with me. Ineobon, what's going on with the Olympics? We talked about at the start of the show, it was 2-2 Spain, Ivory Coast. Now it is impossible for Ivory Coast to come back into the game.
Yeah, 5-2. Rafa Mir, the game is finished 5-2. Spain go on to the semi-finals, and it's a very, very damaging defeat for them because they were very close to a semi-final berth, and then one casual moment from Eric Bailly, and they've shot themselves in the foot and they're out of the tournament. Very sad one, and that's the top level football gives you. That's what top level football gives you. You're not allowed to go get away with a lot of these mistakes. And Spain, with him far more experienced side, Rafa Mir came off the bench. Saw him at Huesca last season. It was a loan from Wolves. He's come off the bench and scored a hat-trick for the Spanish national team. A very experienced Spanish national team. Mikel Oyarzabal is in that squad. Scored. Pedri is in that squad. Pau Torres, we're hearing, he's heading to Real Madrid, is in that squad. Unai Simon was a Spain national goalkeeper at the European Championship. So it's a very good Spanish squad, and they're really turning up. And sad for Ivory Coast, but it's the end of the road for them. Japan are also playing. They're playing New Zealand. It's 0-0, 83rd minute, and Brazil just scored against Egypt, the other African representative, and it's not a very, very good story. And I hope that Egypt can come back into this game, but on the strength of what Brazil have done in the tournament, I don't think that is going to happen, because Richarlison has been on five goals already. Cunha, who has just scored against Egypt, is from Hertha Berlin. He looks like he's going to really invite some suitors at the end of this tournament.
Absolutely. Stan Sports now talking to us. He says Pedri looking like he's 52 already. I agree. I was actually going to speak on Pedri already. He's just 22, and he played. I think he missed just about 15 minutes for Barcelona for the entirety of the season last season. So that's what development does for you. That's what proper football development does for you. He's just 22 and he's played so many games at the top level.
Did you say Pedri's 22?
Yeah.
Pedri's 18.
Pedri, are you kidding me now?
Well, we're talking about different players.
Nah, let's confirm that. Let's
Pedri's
confirm that.
18.
Let's confirm that. Okay, we've got to go on a break. When we get back, that confirmation will be coming through. Stay with us, guys. Do not go anywhere. Total Football, Smooth 98.1 FM.
This is Michelle Dede. Keep listening to Smooth 98.1.
Did I mix it up with Danny Olmo? Because I was checking.
Let me just confirm. You see find games without
Because I was
any
checking
wahala,
with
even
Danny
play
Olmo's
ventures
23.
and bet without stress.
Maybe I'm mixing it up with Danny Olmo.
Everything
Well,
because
it's
sharp
like
on this
60 odd
OneXBet app. You fit download this OneXBet app for our website onexbet.ng and use promo code NG21 if like the first time you dey create account. OneXBet.
Boy, he's 18
Bet
years
dey for
old.
every taste.
He's 18.
Come
Come on.
For every second that goes by, something new happens. That's why the news cycle never ends, even if the world stops to spin. Everything begins in the green room
Boys,
with
18.
critical focus on breaking stories making the headlines.
Okay, let's begin with business day.
From politics to economy, policies to decisions, national to international. Take a moment, read all about it
trying to
as we
see-
bring you a
trying
piece
to
by
see
piece
if we can
breakdown
bring
of
transport
everything
in
that
the
affects you
position
and the
of
next
the-
person.
And to make sense of all of that,
Get up to
Yeah,
speed with the
position of
essential stories and see the big picture. Only on Freshly Pressed on the Smooth Breakfast every weekday from 7:30 a.m.
This is Tomi O. Keep it tuned right here on Smooth 98.1.
Final stretch of the show with Total Football, Smooth 98.1 FM. If you're just joining us, this is the European segment on Total Football. Stan Sports still speaking to us on Instagram. He says, a quick fun fact. Pedri is actually 18. Ineobong was right. He's going to turn 19 in November. He says, a few years ago, Stan Sports now says, a few years ago, he was on trial with Real Madrid, but wasn't signed. And these are the things. I've seen that boy play. I think he's way, above it. He plays at a level above his age. His calmness on the ball, his charisma, let me put it that way,
yeah.
on the pitch of play. Because when you're a young player, I used to say this thing about when you're a young player, you can have the talent, but there's something about your output. There's something about
Application.
your application
Yeah.
that shows that you're still very young. You're still very
exactly.
Still very young, and it shows in your final decision.
You're making rash decisions here and there.
But Pedri has been
He's a cool customer.
He's been so good.
I just see him on the ball and he looks like he's having fun. I mean, he on the ball, he just takes his time. No one hurries him out of the ball.
Yeah.
You're snapping at his heels. He looks like he's got eyes behind his backs. And I mean, I'm not making comparison. I'll be very stupid to make this comparison. But when you see Pedri, you just see what you used to see with Xavi. How calm he is on the ball, how knowledgeable he is when he's passing, how aware he is with his environment when he's on the ball. And he's so calm on the ball. And he's passing too. He's passing. I mean, I can't overstate that, but what a footballer he is. But I'm worried for him. I mean, he's played 60 odd games. He needs to rest. And Barcelona are going into a very important season. And I'm sure he will be very pivotal to what they do in the coming season. But he needs at least a good 1 month rest. He's played lots of games for Barcelona. He's played lots of games for the Spanish national team. And now he's under 23 surgeon is continuing. So he just needs a 1 month rest, and I hope Barcelona can afford that.
Well, let's see how it goes for Pedri. But the Spanish side now through to the semi-finals of the Olympics. The defending champions Brazil currently up by a goal against Egypt. Later today, I think we'll see South Korea come up against Mexico. I'm still trying to have a bit of technical issues in the studio. I'm still trying to see if I can bring in Stan Sports to talk to us about some of the things we're talking about, because from here on, we're talking about some transfers. Varane has been confirmed to Manchester United. I saw a clip of him saying his goodbyes to his teammates in at Real Madrid. Right?
Looks like he left with their blessing, because I think
Definitely.
I think it was all hugs and kisses. And for all he's done for that football club, he deserved to get the movie once. When he achieved, he was a very early bloomer. He's a guy who came on the scene very early and he's done really well. 4 Champions League titles, league titles. I mean, he's won the World Cup. He's done everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's absolutely fantastic that he gets this move. And I look forward to seeing him in the Premier League. I think Man United have got for themselves a very, very good defender. Absolutely Rolls Royce of a defender. Whether he gets found out in the Premier League, you never know, because I mean people have come to this league and this league has really ruffled them.
Absolutely. We have Stan Sports all the way from Spain. Good morning to you, Stan.
I don't think he's in Spain at the moment.
You're in England.
Yeah, I'm in England for the summer, but normally I'm your Spain correspondent.
Just a quick one. How do you feel about? Obviously, we've talked about some of these young Spanish players currently at the Olympics, and you were giving us updates about Pedri when he was at Real Madrid for his trial, wasn't picked, but now he's one of the most important players, not just for Barcelona, but for Spain as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Barcelona picked him up last summer for about €5 million.
Yeah.
Something like this. It was from Las Palmas. Funnily enough, just like his namesake, Pedro, a few years ago, that played for Barca, he's also from the Canary Islands. So that kind of going through. And yeah, he's been looked at by Real Madrid a few years ago. Wasn't signed, but obviously had the talent. But even Barcelona, I think they weren't expecting him to be playing first-team football, from the get-go. And yeah, he's played, I think, every single minute of the season or something like this. Or he started every single game for Barcelona. And just like I said, he's getting like an intensive bachelor and master's degree from Busquets next to him. So this guy is gonna be, I think, in the heart of the national team for the next few years. You saw him at the Euros. I think it was where most people discovered him for the first time. And he's very quick. He's very mature for his age. Can do several different things. I think he can play as number 8, a bit deeper. So yeah, I'm really excited for his future for Spain. And I don't know, you guys are talking about transfers.
Yeah, we just mentioned Rafael Varane. What do you think? Varane partnering Harry Maguire, potentially one of the best partnerships in the Premier League next season.
On paper, it does look like it. I don't know if most players do need that first season into the Premier League to get used to it. So I don't know if he's gonna be found out as Vini was saying.
Yeah.
But, it does look like it's gonna be a solid partnership. I think Maguire's convinced a lot of people after his Euros that
Exactly.
he's that defender, and when you put an already proven world-class defender next to them, the only thing I have a doubt with Real Madrid is usually he's very smart about letting players go. So I don't think there's been ever a player that's left Real Madrid and had a brilliant career. So that's what I'm kind of thinking. Is it Real Madrid that
There's something that they know
That we do not know.
United do not know right now.
is it that type of player that he really kind of burst on the scene early and doesn't really have much football left in him? That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people speculating that it was Ramos that made him the defender that he is. Is that true?
That's unfair. That's unfair, Stan. I'm sorry. I think that's unfair.
No, I agree. It is unfair. He has bags of talent.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he is a Premier League type player, but maybe 5 years ago. I don't know.
Yeah.
Now, if he has the pace to sustain, players like I don't know, Aubameyang or
Timo Werner even.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see what happens. But definitely a huge loss for Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Because their defense has been their focus, like their strength for the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
So not to have your starting 2 central defenders is definitely going to affect Real Madrid this season.
Just before we let you go, Stan, are you going to be in England or Spain by the time the new season starts?
I'm going to be actually in Bulgaria, my homeland.
Okay.
Visiting some family.
Okay.
Then I'm going to be back for when Real Madrid's back to the Bernabeu. I'm hoping to get a accreditation to see the new stadium.
They're back to the Bernabeu this season.
Yeah, they're back to the Bernabeu in September. They've asked La Liga to play their first 3 games away.
Okay.
So they can come back and play at the Bernabeu.
Oh, fantastic.
100% finished, but it will be at the Bernabeu is confirmed.
All right. Thank you very much, Stan. Good to always have you on the show. It's been a while. That was why I wanted to bring you on just to have a few words with you.
Yeah, always a pleasure, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much, Stan.
Thank you guys. Greetings.
Yeah, we've got about 2 minutes just before we leave the studio. I've got loads and loads of messages. A bit of technical issue actually here in the studio. I'm going to try to go through as many messages as possible. I'm not quite sure I can take them all, but yeah, I'm just going to try. Emeka is talking to us from where now? I didn't get your message correctly. Chimo Victor from Alaba. With or without Varane, Manchester United will still go trophyless. Even if they buy Lionel Messi, they won't still win anything. Let's squeeze in one call. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Your name, where you're calling from? How now?
Moses from Isala.
How now? Shavin, are you on radio? Thank you very much. We're fine. How are you doing this morning? Yes, so I beg. See, don't I beg. We take with. mm. 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 Take it easy. Take it easy. Mm. Mm. Yeah. Hmm. Mm. Mm.
No vex.
Yeah. My brother.
That's why you called. I know what. That's why you called.
My brother, come and go. My brother, come and go. Thank you very much. Some of our listeners are really interesting to listen to. Just one message before we leave. I'm trying to get through to someone. I've not taken their message before on the show. CEO Africa from London. City of left Real Madrid. That was great afterwards. Van der Vaart left also and was good. Just trying to say something that to stand, I guess. Aisha Atila, goodbye to Varane. He's done his best for Real Madrid. Glad he left after Ramos did, because the truth is, I don't trust him enough to keep the job going with Ramos. Van Dijk came back for Liverpool in their preseason game, I think yesterday or 2 days ago.
That's a brilliant.
It
was great to have him back, and looking forward to seeing Van Dijk. I think Liverpool might be a threat again if they get Van Dijk fit.
Yeah.
Konate, the new defender from Leipzig, I think it would be some very interesting partnership in the Premier League this season. I mean, we're talking Ben White, Gabriel, we're talking Maguire, Varane, and potentially maybe Jules Koundé and Thiago Silva next season. So the Premier League has got a lot in store for viewers around the world. So we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, Ima is just trying to confirm if truly United have signed Rafael Varane. Yes, United have signed Rafael Varane. You can stay tuned.
Looks like you've been in the moon for a while.
Yeah, no, he's just saying that he has not seen any official unveiling. Be on standby for that. That should happen any moment now. But Babalola just has
he's currently quarantining. That's why he's on quarantine. That's why they've not.
Ivory Coast, I was disappointed. I think with Ivory Coast, that's what Babalola is saying. How can you score a winner in additional time and still wanted to concede in the same additional time? Well, you can ask Eric Bailly. Scored a goal and they give you right back. Now look at what it results into. No prizes for guessing who caused this. It is Eric Bailly. Same as Pogba also caused the equalizer for Switzerland in Euro 2020. Are you saying there's a trend here? And Rashford also missing the spot kick in the final. Well, then there's a trend.
My United hater.
These are Manchester United players. Guys, it's been an absolutely amazing time. Stan, look, I feel the same way you feel, but I'm just not going to say anything. It's been an amazing time, guys, on the show. Total Football will be back at 8 p.m. on Tuesday. I think Moses Praise should be back on the show. Thank you very much, Inyobon, for coming through today. Thank you to every one of our listeners who called in, who sent in messages, those who listened without sending any thoughts in. Thank you so very much. And thank you to Stan as well, always coming through to speak to us, whether it is from England or Spain or from Bulgaria. For now, from all of us in the studio, have a fantastic weekend.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man seems to have done it again. It's 1 against 4, and he's got the return.
I knew there was
he misses the tackle.
I knew there was something I missed.
He's hit the bar. On the deck, group 2. Look out, ball.
The total football experience here on Smooth 98.1.
This system went on.